Ah, hello there, everybody. Hello, hello. I'm just getting everything organized here real quick. I'm on my own, so normally I do this, when Venus here, but Venus out gallivanting today, which is just wonderful. I'm just makes me very happy that Venus out having fun. That's excellent. And because Venus not here, I want to do something a little differently. It was something that I shared on Zoom. One of the Way-of-Impeccability participants came on and it came up um, and I shared and it was a big deal. And I'll do that in a moment if I can just get Facebook is very slow. Very slow. Or, I just want to share it all and get it ready and going, but it's like, come on now, just update already. I want to share a poem, a very powerful poem, a poem of intent. It was written as a result of seeing people struggle and suffer with particular understanding, awareness, connection, default belief. I'm not sure what to call it because it doesn't have one name. It has many, depending on the individual. But really, essentially, people struggling with a connectivity to their past and being haunted by their past, being limited and inhibited and so on by their past. Right? And this to me, it was really, I saw it was very stressful in a sense that it touched me deeply, not stressful, but touched me deeply because it's unnecessary. It doesn't need to be. And these were really good people. Yeah, and they changed anyway. So there's a lot to the poem. It's all explained in the poem. And anyway, the poem is it's intent. There's moreness to it from an intent point of view. So when you hear it from that point of view, it changes. And then I made a video out of the poem, and it took on a whole life of its own. And via attunement, it was just absolutely miraculous how the whole thing came together and worked out. It was just the coincidence upon coincidence. It's just it's more than one can imagine sometimes. It's truly something unbelievable. Boy, I'm really Facebook is it's not updating anything here. Come on, Facebook. So there we go. I just want to share it because I'm doing the streaming, but it's only showing on my profile. I want to share it to the group. But I can't even get to my page. Here we go. Finally. This poem is a very big deal. It's a very big deal. It has a lot to it. You'll see in a moment. So I want to just play the video and share this. Okay, here we go. It just amazes me how from day to day things change. How like Facebook, one day slow, other day not so much. Things that one would expect to be the same aren't, which is a good life lesson right there. Expect things to be the same. I think the variation is just usually less than we notice. But it's there. This applies particularly with people. A lot more variation than we imagine. We change a lot. All right, there we go. Almost there. One more share to share. Share this poem. Just cool stuff. A lot of moreness involved. I mean, the poem came out of wanting to share a moreness because there was so much unnecessary suffering and I was seeing in people, completely and utterly unnecessary, and just struggle and suffering as a result of inappropriate application of goodness, as a result of just simply not being aware of there's different ways, just not understanding. Just simple, really, just a simple awareness can make all the difference. Like, we've all heard of that one comma that was misplaced in a program, complex program, and it caused everything to not work properly. Well, there's commas in life. It just takes one little tiny thing sometimes, and it changes everything. Changes everything. And it just takes that one little awareness to change everything. It's incredibly powerful. And and this is what this poem is dealing with. A particular understanding, a particular awareness, a particular discernment, a particular knowing that is transformative. It's massively transformative. I've said this poem many times with different people, and for many of them, it's been massively transformative. Now the key is to hear it as your own. This this is very important with a poem like this. To not hear it as somebody else, but relate to it, connect to it, hear it as your own, make it your own. Connect to it deeply, so that you see that yes, oh, this applies to me also, or this can apply to me. Yeah, make it your own, make it your own, because in that making it of your own, that's where the power comes from. Just hearing it is not enough. Yeah, we have to do more than just hear things. Do a lot more than just hear things. All right. Wow. Uh, somebody just asked me for something. Yeah. Normally, Bina and I, we work together on the business stuff also, and then while one is talking, the other one can take care of stuff. Yeah. Somebody's asking about a product. I don't mean to neglect the life, but it's something that's of value and valuable to somebody else, and you put it on hold. You can put a big pause there, and we don't necessarily want to do that. Ah, hmm, okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I know it's slow. I know it's slow. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Finally, now we're getting ready for this poem, and the poem is called "The Me of Then and Now." The Me of Then and Now, a poem of intent. I must actually modify that and I'll put it in the official subtitle, because I just realized when I was sharing it with a participant earlier, that how important it is to understand this isn't many poems are written because you're feeling something strongly, you want to share, you want to write a beautiful poem, you're emotional about something, whatever. But this is a poem of intent. It came as a result of the intent to deal with, or in some way share something, that that to share an awareness, to share a discernment, to share an understanding that will make a difference, right? And it does when one clicks this and gets it, it makes a massive difference. Now, before I start, one thing, it is also an epistrophic poem. Epistrophe is close repetition, but done so for the purposes of of emphasis, for purposes of poetic enhancement, literative enhancement. So in other words, it's when you repeat things, but you're doing so, and it's not like normally if you repeat things, it's kind of boring or not nice. But it's good. It's a positive repetition. It's creative repetition. It adds moreness to it, right? And this poem is very particularly epistrophic. It's actually a sort of a style that I've developed. I don't know anybody else. I'm sure there must be, because the word epistrophe exists. So I'm sure there must be epistrophic poetry out there somewhere. Or at least, I mean, there definitely is poetry that uses epistrophe in it, but not necessarily the entire poem is epistrophic. This one is so, and it is so for a very particular reason. It is because it's a poem of intent. And because it's a poem of intent, that epistrophe is there for the purposes of emphasis, to really, really make this point of putting that in there. Yeah. Right? For getting it inside ourselves. And when we understand emphasis, yes, and especially epistrophe, like if you say something like when you do something bad, this was something that came from way back when. Somebody recommended, I said, say cancel, 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 like 3 times with energy. They didn't know why, they didn't explain why it matters, they just said say it. But that at least 3 times, our brain tends to hear, okay, the first time, yeah, whatever. Second time, oh, okay, maybe something. Oh, 3 times, oh, I better listen now, right? I mean, you know this from just teachers and parents and stuff, right? So 3 times has this power to it. And also, when you say it with energy, it matters, right? So likewise, whenever you're looking to get something inside your brain, repeat it, and repeat it with energy, with emphasis, and you'll see this in the poem, right? So epistrophe is not just about repetition. It's about repetition for the purposes, at least as I use it, for the purposes of emphasis, for the purpose of getting it to really sink in, sink in, sink in. Right? This is very important. Yeah. Sorry, there's more chat here. I'm hoping somebody comes. I'm keen for them to hear. So, all right, before we get going, hello everybody who's here. Welcome, welcome. I'm always happy when people are here. Always enjoy them. Again, you know, I share things because to me, sharing, I'm not sharing with people first. They come second. And I don't mean to devalue people, but the universe, that's where I'm sharing. Right? And this is very important to understand. And when we have this, where we are sharing with the universe, and this is our primary focus, right? Everybody is the universe. But when I make that intent to share with the universe, it's going to go where it needs to go. Yes. Whereas where I'm sharing with people, it's more direct, it's more personal, it's more small, it's more local. And whenever we have personal agendas and intents, now it's they may work out, but we don't know if those intents align with the overall universal intent. So I rather share with the universe and let things go from there. I trust that they'll work out as they must, and I don't do it for any personal, like as ambition type attitudes and rewards. No, it's totally unnecessary. Just sharing in itself is enough. Right? There's no need for any reasons to do things. Sharing is reason enough. Sharing alone is reason enough. So I'm very much hoping that you're here, Norma. That would be great. Hello, Norma, if you're not here, and if you are here, hello, Norma, and if you're here later, hello also. All right, now let me get back to the poem and start to read the poem. I forgot where I had. Here we go. Here we go. And this is a poem to be watched and listened to. Yes, and just paid attention to. and really pay attention to the reading, the voice, because there is music, but you need to hear the voice and make the voice the predominant, right? And let the music be supplemental to it, right? You focus on the music, you won't hear the poem. Just the way the ear works. So focus on the voice, immerse in the voice, and then the music will add to it rather than be distracting. Okay? I mean, really, this thing needs to be watched multiple times because there's such a lot going on. The music on its own is something special. And then the dancing, as you're going to see in a moment, and the visuals, that's something special. But the poem itself is the issue, right? It's all about the poem. Everything there is to enhance the poem. So feel the poem, take it in, make it your own. Just connect to it. It's very powerful. I mean, ideally, read this at the bottom of it, but then your eye's going to go all over the show. But ideally, if you watch it again, read there's the scrolling of the poem, right? At the bottom, read it aloud to yourself while it's being read as well. It's be very helpful. You know? If this poem is something that connects and that there's value to it, as you'll see, but you first has to hear the whole thing to see where the value is potentially, right? Right. It's full screen. Get zoom out of the way. There we go. A poem of intent.
By Syl Sabastian.
I'm going to start at the beginning. Why do you do that?
Part 1. The Me of Then and Now. By Syl Sabastian. An aspirant said to Limo, "I have been thinking." Limo waited. The aspirant looked away into the depths of self, the depths of the universe. "I have been thinking about my past actions and behaviors, about those actions and behaviors which were less than desirable, about my actions which were silly, stupid, crazy, and I asked, who was it? Who did those things?" Yes, who? Limo wanted to know. Earnestness poured from the aspirant. "I cannot say, in all honesty, that it was I. The me I now know is not the me of then, is not the me who did those things. I am now different, a different person. I cannot relate to the person of them. And likewise, I can only look at those actions, those behaviors with a kind of detachment. And I realize they were lack of awareness, no more, no less. Could I do the same now? No, I cannot, I could not. It is incomprehensible now. For me, anything, even remotely similar, impossible. That was then a different me in different times, a different me in different circumstances, a different me with different awareness, a different me with different perspective. I am different now, a different me. I feel differently now, think differently, understand differently. My values are still the same. I was not a bad person then. I am not a bad person now. I did foolish things, I did stupid things, even maybe horrid things. How was this possible? Lack of awareness. Also, motivations. Also, immersion into bubbles. I had motivations then. I had goals then. False goals and motivations based on, again, lack of awareness. Goals and motivations hooked to the prevailing conventionality. Goals and motivations not really mine. A dire reminder to myself. A reminder to be true. A reminder to be true. To be true to myself alone. I, back then, got caught in bubbles of awareness. I got caught in immersions into the moment. That was powerful, and looking back, scary. Reason and logic and sensibility went away. They went away when I got too caught in a moment, too caught in a bubble. I saw only the relative logic, the logic of the near term. I saw only the immediate. I could only see the inside of the bubble. And when I disconnected from the whole, my decisions inevitably ridiculous and foolish. But they seemed sensible to me in those moments. They were disconnected decisions. Disconnected decisions are doomed decisions. The powerful lesson for me, I must maintain perspective. Always, always I must. Always I must maintain my perspective. There is almost no connection between now and then, except a memory, a reminder I can be foolish, a reminder to pay attention, a reminder to consider everything, a reminder to act deliberately, in full awareness, a reminder to be appropriate in all contexts. This is essential. The memories have value only for learning and growth. The memories are reminders of the pitfalls of lack of awareness. They are tools to leverage myself. I cannot now connect to those emotions of my past actions. I am simply not that person any longer. And never will I be that person again. Limo reflected. When you are always moving forward, the universe is saying, take notice of how hard this moment is working, how hard it is working to prove to you that this moment is different. Look for what is different. The aspirant responded, yes, it says, pay attention to this now, the perfection of now. You are the now, not then. The you of then died a long time ago. The you of now is all that matters. The you of now is all that can matter. As I reflect on the me of now, as I reflect on the different me's of then, I realize there is no continuity. This is profound. I need to update myself, update my perception of myself. I need to update my perspective on myself. I need a conception of me makeover. I can no longer regard myself in the ways I have become habituated to. My self-image is rooted in the past, connected to the past, and it is inaccurate, grossly inaccurate. It has little semblance to the me of now. There is power in this, and I realize the me that did those things in the past is a ghost that has no power to harm. Ghosts are insubstantial by definition. Their only power lies in ideas that are empty fears. And I refuse to do that with the past, a past that is no longer relevant. With a me that does not exist, with any me that cannot ever exist again. The aspirant straightened, the aspirant's posture filled with positivity. A slight sadness escaped, fleeing the coming sobriety. Begone, ghosts, you have no power over me. Begone, faded boasts of past me, you have no power. Begone, you ghosts of previous me, you have no power. You have no power. You have no power over the me of now. The end.
Oh, I forgot I had my music playing in the background, and you'll hear that. Oh, yeah. That may have influenced the poem a bit, because it's very soft for me, but it may not be soft for playing the sound. hope it didn't matter. By the way, on the music here, it's not just boleros uh, by Ravel, right? Ravel's Bolero. There are two versions of it actually. Right? See, there are two versions of Bolero by Ravel, and then also the Hymn of the Cherubim by Tchaikovsky. I mixed it all together, right? So this is it's just moreness involved. So the music isn't that simple. It's got layersness to it, right? And also the dancer Sylvie. When you read this, or when you watch this at least, would you say that Sylvie, her name's Sylvie Shalom, would you say that Sylvie did a fantastic job of matching her dancing to the poem? Whenever I ask this for people who've seen it for the first time, they say, yeah, she did a great job. However, the poem and the dance were created independently, performed independently. I read the poem on its own, and then when I made the video, I already had the poem read. Yes, and I just played it, and the dancing, the poem, it matches the video, matches the dancing matches the poem. Just incredible. And you know, when the poem was created, I thought, maybe, you know, like this, I'm emphasizing and I'm re-emphasizing. Is it maybe too much? No, it needed to be exactly as it is to make it match so exactly. It's the most incredible thing. That's how this came out. Absolutely incredible. Yes, and yeah, the way the music worked out too. The one group there, that is the orchestra sitting on the pier, right? That is a very special orchestra that this guy put together from all different places, and he created it on purpose for a special and, you know, preemptive anniversary celebration thing. This is quite a miraculous thing, and it's like just fantastic how they're sitting out on this long pier and in a long line like that. I don't know, there's all sorts of magical things in the making of this thing. The key point though is, what does the poem say? That's the key, right? I'm not going to say what the poem says because the poem speaks for itself. But I feel that, you know, watching this again and listening to it again, I have it on my YouTube channel, but I had a hard time searching for it because I posted it so long ago, and I think the search only picks up the more recent things. But anyway, I think if you search for the poem "The Me of Then and Now" by Syl Sabastian, it should come up if you search for it on YouTube. Well, let's see. This to me is just, you know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it matters. It makes a difference. Yeah, it does. It comes up right. Yeah. So now why that comes up rather than this first? It's like that matches it exactly. Why is that coming now? Come on, you know, really now. Yeah. Now, I read it long time ago differently, or is this just yeah. Now, see, here's a different version. Well, it's the same poem. I didn't change the poem, but just reading it differently. Just with images. I've forgotten that down there. Okay. And then there's the part here where Cher wrote the poem connected to this. And then there's part 2, The Me of When and More. And that's a continuation, goes in a whole different direction. But wow, that's very, very wonderful poem. Very long, very epic poem. Very cool. And then we went over it. I just want to focus today on this one with the dancing. That's Sylvie's alone, and the way it matches, just the magic of it. You know, that's why I call it a poem of intent. You know, I really wanted to make something of this poem because I know so many people who are so haunted by the ghosts of their past. They're haunted. They're absolutely haunted by them. This is sponsored. It's an ad. That's why it's up at the top there. Fair enough. Alright, where are we? Let me just go back and check and see if there's any comments before I sign off. I'm not seeing any. Ilsa Sugars, yeah. Hello, Ilsa. Elise. I'm sorry, I keep calling you Ilsa. That's my brain reading that. Elise. Sorry, Elise. And when I first read your name, it's stuck now. Association. I read it as Ilsa, but I don't know why I'm reading it as Ilsa. That would be the S before that. Anyway, where do I go? Elise. Elise Sugar. I hope you got to see the poem, Elise. And if not, what's the replay? This poem is super powerful. It's a big deal. And I don't know if I shared it with you, Elise, or not at some point. But if not, I would recommend you really, really feel this poem. Take it in, make it your own. Uh, because, those ghosts that haunt us, it's a big deal. And all of us in some way typically have some sort of haunting from the ghosts of our past selves, right? And to break free from that means we have to change. And that's inherent in the poem there. The aspirant says, but I have changed. I can't do those things anymore. I can't even think of doing that stuff I used to do. It's just impossible. This cannot be. Right? And this is a very, very big deal. This very, very big deal. I say I can't emphasize enough this poem from a self-change point of view, a self-awareness point of view, self-improvement point of view, from a therapeutic point of view. It is massively profound, massively valuable, massively useful. It's just a really, really powerful, potent poem, and it says a poem of intent. So hear that intent and take on that intent. Use that energy. Make that your own. Make it your own intent to disconnect from that wanting of the poems in the past. Yeah? Very, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Brilliant. I'm glad you joined, Elise, not Ilse. Elise. I'm glad you joined. I hope you get to watch the whole video. I'm going to end the live now, so it will end this, Elise. But yeah, leave some comments there. On Instagram, it's only live. It was where I could post it, and I don't know how to do it anymore. I had to go to the phone. Well, not I don't know. I did the same thing, and now it's not there. So it'll go away on Instagram, but it's on Facebook, right? In the group and on my profile, it's there if you want to watch it. If not, just message me, and I'll send you the link for it. I'll put the link in comments. Matter of fact, I can put this in here now. We put the link. We put the link here. Link. There we go. And put the title of the link. That always helps. What it is. That's part one. That's part one of a big, long, huge thing. So very cool. Very cool. I'll put that on top rather than underneath. It's better. I do hope you watch it, Elise, and let me know. I'm always love feedback. Always love to hear feedback. Now, and one of the participants wrote it out in nice, beautiful writing. Made it art with pictures around the writing. Made a poster out of it. So very, very awesome. Very awesome. All right. I better go. Otherwise, I don't want to drag this out with just extra chat. Already, I started slow, so the poem starts, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 minutes into the video because it was very slow to get it all sharing and sorted out. And I want to keep it mainly on the poem itself, not the other stuff. Brilliant. All right. On that note, I will end everything. So bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for being here. Bye-bye. End meeting.